Vintage radio restores. Here's one you don't see every day. This is a 1960s era Heathkit GR-64. It's a 4-band AM shortwave radio multiband. It goes from 550 kilohertz to 30 megahertz on 4 bands. Has some neat features. There's a lot of others that are very similar from the time, like the Night Star Roamer. This one is transformer, so it's not a series tube set. They're 12-volt tubes. It has a power transformer. It has a geared tuner in it. It does have a band spread. Just go over quickly. Volume, AM, CW standby, the 4 bands. It has an on-front BFO that actually works fairly decently. I have it warmed up and running. I don't want to get flagged by YouTube for playing music. Well, let's go through the dial really quick.
One of the more surprising elements.
It picks up a lot considering we're surrounded by Wi-Fi, hydro towers, and LED lights. Anyway, I want to tell you, have you ever had a piece of electronic equipment that fights you right through to the end? I bought this one at a flea market on this last day last fall, and it was dirty. 2 of the knobs were broken. This one had a big chunk out of it, and the volume knob was cracked right through. I actually made a new knob out of a slightly larger one, shaved it down a bit, and then put the insert in it, a very similar knob. And this is actually just off another Heathkit, so it fit right on. Just to show you the circuitry, I'm just going to swing it around. These are sold as a kit, of course. So it has a circuit board, and that's half the problem with why this one fought me so much. Everything, the lid comes off, everything's there, the speaker. It's actually very well made, aluminum chassis. On the back, so here's one of the first problems. Somebody had put a switch in here that said audio written at an angle here with a magic marker, and basically it cut off the headphone jack. I don't know why. It was an audio cutoff when you have volume control. So I took that switch out. It wasn't factory. So from factory it has the automatic noise limiter, has an RCA plug for audio out and phones. Over this side, Q multiplier, antenna and ground, and then a jack for Q multiplier. Has the original AC cord on it, which is kind of neat. So let me tell you, I was at the point about 3 times where I was thinking of taking this one for parts. The back was in bad shape. I fixed it up and glued it, and you can't, it looks nice. I matched the colors close as I could to what the original cardboard was, put new labels on it, so that was a minor problem. This thing had noise and static and crackling and intermittence, and most of it came down to bad soldering on the board. One good thing about these early Heathkit boards, they can take a lot of heat before they fall apart, so that's good. The Heath can take the heat, right? So fixed up the soldering. It was a bit better. It was so bad. I'm just going to show you. Put the volume up.
To learn more how to pray.
Anything you touched was like that, right? And so I think, well, okay, the IF cans in particular, I just barely tapped this one, and it was oscillating. So I took it off the board, silver mica disease, okay? So I used external capacitors, clipped them out from inside. I did a video on this before. Did this one too. I got the noise a little lower. It was still so sensitive. And it also had an intermittent hum. The board actually grounds through the screws onto the chassis. The foil touches the chassis. So it needed an actual ground lead soldered to the ground bus on the board and then to chassis ground. That fixed that problem. But the thing was still crackling at times. And I'm like, okay, what is going on here? I found a little piece of solder inside the tuning capacitor. Stuck. It's actually a piece of hot solder. It wasn't my soldering that got it in there. And it just seemed that it would just catch at the right time and just so got that. Then I was listening to it crackle free just to talk radio a couple mornings ago. And it's like every once in a while it would just go da 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 da. Oh, it's losing power. So I metered through it and I found the B plus was dropping out. I thought, well, it must be a loose connection. This can actually, that wasn't humming or anything. The first lead that I just wiggle a little bit, I'm telling you, with a plastic stick, it broke off the can. So I actually I put a terminal strip underneath and 4 capacitors. There's 4 caps in this can. So now it runs, like right now, sitting the volume down, no hum, nothing like that. So, and you might as well change the filter capacitors. This is from, could have been from 1964 to 1969. That's roughly when this kit was around. These are toast. You can't reform them, and they corrode inside and dry out, and depending where they've been stored. And then I had an issue where the audio, there was like, I can't explain it. If you turned it loud enough, it would cut out very loudly. It's like, this, you gotta be kidding me. Can it be something else? Turn around here. The original speaker, the voice coil was rubbing inside. And it was then grounding out partially. So I found a really decent 5 1/4 inch speaker with a foam surround. Actually came, I think, out of a Sony shortwave portable that was badly damaged by battery. So it fit right in. Screws work nicely, had the foam surround. Sounds awesome. So anyway, it is back to working nicely.
Makes you feel good. Michael.
There's not a lot of shortwave to pick up these days. Kind of nice to have the tuning meter, and the signal meter on these frequently fails. And this one actually, it's deflecting no problem. Works good. I've seen the same signal meter in FM tuners from the 60s. And the tuning is nice and smooth because it's geared. Anyway, I'm going to run this one for a while, see what else comes up. I've sanded off the lid. I'm going to repaint it. These used lead paint on the lid, so I sanded outside, and it goes very dull, so it'll be nice and refinished and sealed up, and a great communications receiver. Thanks for watching and listening.